Hello and welcome to another episode of Mikey's World. Today's show is a little bit different. We're not roaming around a hard enduro track. We're not even roaming around a normal enduro track. We're going to be talking about International Drone Day. It's something that I didn't have a clue existed, and I've been enlightened on the subject, so I'm keen to find out more. Now, my job when I'm not sat at my desk, I am roaming around motocross tracks, hard enduro tracks. That's the way I seem to roll at the moment. Totally obsessed with them. A couple of years ago when I first started doing this, helicopter cams, drones, they weren't something that you saw. To be fair, you didn't see any of them really, if I'm honest. And then these days, it seems like there's a total flood of them. Everywhere you go, every motocross day, every enduro day, somebody's whizzing around with a quadcopter, hexcopter, and the pro guys seem to roll up with the big 8-bladed helicopters. So it's something that's always fascinated me. I've always loved, the way that when you take a camera off the ground and into the sky, you just get a totally different perspective on what you're shooting. And I think maybe, I don't know, quote me if I'm wrong here, but 10 years ago, to get that level of footage, I reckon it'd cost thousands of pounds. You've got to hire the helicopter, the pilot, you've got to have the right gimbal to keep your camera steady when you're shooting out the helicopter. I bet it cost a fortune. It was something that, only Sexy Saddler could afford. And then recently, in current times, there's been a boom of these flying aircraft. Every race day that you go to, there'll be some guy just opening the boot of his car, taking off with one of these aircrafts, flying around really smoothly, landing, and then showing me what I thought was unbelievably stable footage. I was totally blown away at what they were showing me. And I'm sort of saying, oh yeah, but I bet this technology is costing a fortune. They were comparing it to 10 years ago. The cost of one of these small drones, quadcopters, was the same as putting fuel in one of these helicopters 10 years ago for an hour. So I was really intrigued, and I thought if I could get one of these, it's going to totally change the way I make films and just give me a different angle on things. So I guess the next step was to get back home, get on the computer and get Googling and try and find out a little bit of information on these flying aircraft. At first I thought, is this going to be tricky? I really didn't know what to expect. Now the first name that I came across, and it seemed to be pretty predominant, was DJI. They had a really professional website, everything was laid out really well. It told you what these aircraft were capable of, the rules and regulations, how much they were going to cost. It was pretty simple, and it claimed that straight out of the box you could be going out and getting the footage that you'd always dreamed of. A little bit more Googling and I found local to myself, just outside of Hebden Bridge, ProFlight UK. Now I was hoping these guys were going to be the type of people that wouldn't look down on a novice like myself and basically point me in the right direction to get into the sky safely and start capturing the footage I was looking for.
Well, as you can probably see from behind me, it's an absolutely idyllic location for this sort of application. We use this venue for testing multi-rotors for customers or clients that want to come up and practice. So basically we needed somewhere which was nice and open, not going to hurt anyone. We're away from any buildings, people, anything that might come into any form of danger. And yeah, it's an idyllic location and we love it, and it's fairly central within the country, so it's nice and easy for people to get to. 30 minutes outside Leeds, 30 minutes outside Manchester, so it's just a nice road networks, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's why we're here, and I hope you enjoy it.
International Drone Day is basically an opportunity for people to come up that are already involved in the industry or the community to come up and speak to each other and get to know each other. For members of the public to come up to learn about the drones and how to get involved in them, and then for the media to come up so we can sort of show them what it's about and sort of broadcast it to a wider demographic.
So as I pull up to party at ProFlight UK, the guys Tim and Sam are already outside flying one of the racing quadcopters. Now the guys tell me these things can do up to 90 or even 100 miles an hour, so I was pretty blown away with this, to be honest. So as you can see, there was snow laying on the ground and it was getting towards the end of the day, so the light was fading. So the guys then took me inside where they showed me some onboard footage from a racing quadcopter. It was just crazy how the control these guys have, looking through the FPV goggles and flying these things through really tight spaces. Yeah, it was awesome to see. It was pretty clear to see that Tim and Sam were really passionate about all types of model aircraft and especially their trade of multi-rotors and racing quadcopters. Now this was an exciting moment for me as Tim invited me to film the building of a customer's racing quadcopter, so I couldn't wait to see this. So once I'd witnessed the building of the racing quadcopter, I was keen to move on to my quest, which was taking a camera from the ground and into the sky to get that stable footage I'd been looking for. Now Tim just couldn't have been more helpful, laying out a massive spread of all the different types of aircraft the guys had up there, from the small quadcopters up to the huge octocopters which are used in professional filming applications.
So as you can see here at ProFlight UK, we offer a full range of remotely piloted aircraft. Whether you want to do some mini quad racing or you're looking at this as a commercial venture, running something like a DJI S900 and S1000, we offer a full range of training and consultancy packages. So moving on from DJI S900, which carries payloads such as the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera and the Panasonic GH4, moving on to the DJI Inspire. This features a built-in 4K camera, which is fully stabilised and offers the full 360-degree field of view, which is also unobstructed. We really like this, basically due to its low weight and its ease of use. It also offers a full HD video downlink.
So currently a lot of my video work is carried out for Adventure Spec. So my mission up to ProFlight UK wasn't just a jolly outing to satisfy my own interest in drones and aerial videography. It was also about doing some research for the guys down at Adventure Spec who were thinking about investing in a drone to use for aerial video, and hopefully I was going to be able to borrow it every now and then too.
Yeah, I mean, we've been looking at aerial video on other people's videos and on other pieces of film that we've seen for quite a long time, and there's no doubting it's an impressive look, isn't it? But we always thought that cost-wise it would be well out of our budget. Yeah, I mean, I'm really keen now to go up and have a look. From what you've told me, if that's true, it sounds too good to be true, but if what you said is true, you know, I'm really keen to go up there, have a look around, see what these drones look like, see what we can do with them, and if we can, you know, I'm happy to splash the cash and see if we can get our hands on one of these things, yeah. Brought to you in association with the new Climb XC range.